Welcome, Ben Rotner and Peter Benson.
Thanks very much, everyone. First, I want to give a big shout out to Taylor Hill right here, our writer, producer, star who did everything on the film. She's amazing. Anyone who's in the cast, come on up. I don't know who's all here, but anybody from our film who's in the cast, please come to the stage. Dave Collette, I know you're here. Alistair Abel, Nicole Oliver, Viv Leacock.
And can we bring up our Gangy producers and cast? You guys want to come up?
Good job. Good job. Did you like it? Good job. Good job.
Nice job.
Everyone's in the audience, everyone.
So I'm not sure how to start the questions because the two films kind of conflate in my mind.
I say we go 3 rounds, our boxers against your boxers.
Done.
Tell us the story. What was the genesis of your story, Ben?
Well, me and the guys, we all were boxers when we were much younger. And one night, me and Alex were at an event in town here, and we met Muhammad Ali and had that photo taken. And I guess 7 years later, we shot Gangy. And I guess about 4 months after we shot Gangy, Ali passed away. So, we were inspired by the greatest of all time, and we were inspired by just being friends and being boxers. And Tony jumped on board, and Helena jumped on board, and shit happened.
All right. I guess I can ask Taylor the same question. Taylor, by the way, wrote the film.
Well, we did Leap for Your Life, which was a mockumentary, and I wanted to find a scenario that I could bring all my favorite people back together again. And then 2 of my cousins got married within the same year, and there was a lot of wedding talk, and then my best friend got married, and I thought this would be just a great arena to bring lots of wacky characters together. And then we got this amazing location at Barclay Brook in Langley. They let us shoot there for free, and it was a wedding venue, so it was just perfect, yeah.
And Peter, how often did you have to reshoot because people cracked up?
Oh my God.
Quite often. But yeah. Mr. DeMarco here, as charming as he is, also likes to chuckle, right? Yeah, he's a chuckler. Dave got him. There was we did that kiss between the two of them many, many, many times.
We already had it.
We already had it, but I just wanted to make sure we got it. Yeah, we had a great time on set. Lots of really good people, and we've all worked together pretty much before, so yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I saw a hand back there. I didn't see a hand back there. And so tell me about the experience of working with this. Go ahead. Yes, Pastor.
What? Working with what? Who are you talking? Like the experience of working on the movie?
Yeah.
It was really boring. It was really, really dull. A lot of us. Well, this is our producer Barbara Hill, who is Taylor's mama. And a lot of us had a chance of working with them on Leap for Your Life, which won the CBC award here at VIFF a couple of years ago. And so the opportunity to come together and to say yes and to improv and to work with these ridiculous people, you don't say no to that. So it was a phenomenal experience. And Peter, as a director, is the sort that would just go, more. Yeah, okay, more. And let's do it again, more, especially with the kissing, which I think you already covered. So it was a dream come true. You guys are fantastic anytime, anywhere.
So was the film fully scripted, or was there some improvisation on the day?
I would say 90% scripted, and then they're such amazing improv actors. How can you not let them play? And I'm an actor too, so.
You?
Me?
Really?
Sometimes.
The lead of our film.
Yeah.
Yeah, mainly scripted.
Yeah, mainly scripted.
And Peter, how did you like directing yourself?
Huge ego on this guy. Yeah, so difficult. Like problems, complaining, hated the food. Yeah, trailer. Yeah, no, it was interesting on this one because I'd done it once before where I was the lead character or whatever, and that one I'd prepped so much that I was ready for it. This one I was really enjoying the scenes that I wasn't in, and then all of a sudden I sort of remember, oh man, I got to be in this one. So, and a bit of a challenge just with the shooting format of this one because we got so many different sort of whips and zooms and that kind of thing that I liked to be behind the monitor for. But on the flip side, I loved the character, and it was a really fun idiot to jump in and play, and getting to flirt with my wife all day on screen was pretty fun. So yeah, it was a good time, and working again with all these great actors, and we'd always have it on take one, but then we'd be able to just play after that and see what happened, and that's when all the magic would come forth.
Same question for you, Ben, because this character that you inhabit is not someone we could think who would ordinarily be directing other actors. So how was that? Were you able to break and then give direction and then go back into character right away, or was it take a while to get in that character?
My basic technique there was when I was directing, I wore glasses so I could see. And when I was playing Gangy, I took them off. So I was a bit of, just doing my best to deal. But I had a tremendous amount of support from these guys, and I'll let them talk about that.
Yeah, Ben phoned me up one day and said, hey, we're making a film, Alan and I are making a film, we'd like you to produce it. And I said, well, let me see if I respond to it. And I read it 26 times in a row, and I phoned him back and said, I sure wish I'd fucking written that. And when we finally got there, I just want to talk really quick about their process. These four guys were fighters in the ring. Every weekend they were in rehearsing, and Ben would come up for air afterwards and send me a report of where things were going. And I'm just really proud of the work that these guys put in together as an ensemble, and the cast and the crew put in, because when you're clapping for a film, you're actually clapping for those people. And these guys were just a pleasure to work with.
I would clap for that. Yeah.
I think one of Ben and I shared an amazing evening with Muhammad Ali, and that was something that'll never leave us. And then when we were speaking of him writing the film, it was one of those things where it's like, well, you have an idea? And he said, yeah, and then I'm in whatever it is. And it turned out to be Gangy. And what was really great is that the cast and us rehearsing, and Ben kind of shepherding us and us letting us create the characters and work around it with his template was just a joy. And plus, we've all kind of have this root of boxing, so we all took to those characters that much more and really resonated with us. And Ben directing us on set was quite easy, except when we couldn't understand him when he was Gangy, when he was trying to direct us. And then, but most of the time, like, the whole experience was something very deep for us.
I actually wasn't around for the whole shooting of Gangy. I came on board after they had already shot, and Ben asked me to be a part of it, and Tony, and as soon as I saw the film, I said, yes, please, absolutely. And it's just been such a pleasure to be a part of a fantastic story. I'll let these guys say some more.
Yeah, boxing is it's a big part of my life. It has been, still is. And I actually know a couple of people who too many years in the ring, and they're getting close to being like the Gangy character. I think that's a nightmare we all think about. It's a real effect. It has an effect on your brain and your nervous system, and Ben will always tell me, like, you're sparring still, like, you're not going to see those signs for 10 years from now. So, but if it's in you, it's in you, you know, you're going to do it. And working with these guys is incredible, you know, great actors, great people, really grounded. That was a real treat.
One story I want to share with my experience with this project is the first time we met. I think these guys weren't available, so it was just Ben and I in the studio. I think we spent 5 hours together that day, but 1 hour we took. He said, let's just, you know, there wasn't a lot of script there. We certainly didn't have a lot together. So let's just improv. And we did, and we stayed in character. And here's me with the writer, director, you know, star of the film. And so I wasn't gonna yell cut, it's not my job to do that. So we improv for an hour straight. An hour straight, he was Gangy in his studio. And an hour's a long time, man, when you're just kind of improvising but you know, he didn't break character. He you know, walk around, sometimes he'd kick a garbage can or something like that and find things that work, some things that didn't work, but he was searching, man, and he searched for an hour straight. I don't know if, a lot of actors here, I don't know if you ever improv for an hour straight. With just two of you, it is incredible, and I knew I was onto something different from that moment forward, and that was my first experience with it. So, cheers to Ben, cheers to these guys.
My wife Jen didn't have to live with Gangy for an hour straight. She had to live with Gangy for like 4 months. Thank you, Jen.
So, Taylor, you've written 2 features that have been done as a mockumentary.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you had thought of this not being a mockumentary and doing it as a scripted, like a conventional storytelling film, because both Leap for Your Life and this could have been done as straight film. So it's a form you like, but I'm curious about why you chose that film.
Well, one, I'm a huge fan of Christopher Guest and mockumentaries in itself. I think also it lends to indie filmmaking. You can use lots of different cameras, which you can see, and if there's things out of focus, you can be like, that's part of the film, right? And also I think it lends to comedy. It gets you, the character kind of close with the audience, and the audience is then in on the joke more compared to the other characters, and I kind of like that, and I would love to do a regular scripted film. I'm writing a couple now, and but I love mockumentaries. They're really fun to do, and it lends to really crazy characters because it's like in the set of a documentary. So yeah.
Question for Barbara. So when Taylor comes home now and she says that she's going to get married, how are you going to feel about that? Through this experience.
I don't know. Maybe this was a test run.
Oh God, if that's the test run. Jesus.
Please.
So just the editing was amazing, and I wanted to know if it's longer to edit for mockumentaries, because it feels like...
Daniel Jeffrey, can you answer that? He's our wonderful editor. Daniel. He's also the voice of the documentarian in the film as well. He did a killer job.
The question was, is it longer? It ended up being... Yeah, I've done a lot of documentary prior to this and comedy, but never mockumentary, and I wanted to lend my hand to try that out. And yeah, in your head you think, oh God, it's so fun because there's so many different options and you can play around. But yeah, it makes it's infinite. You can work on it forever. So yeah, that was cool. And a lot of us were in the editing together while we did it, and found funny bits and jokes that we liked and the heart. And it shifted around quite a bit in post. And yeah, it's a huge learning experience. Thank you. Yeah, it was really fun. It was a joy to watch these guys every day for a few months. I've never met most of you. Hello.
I don't see any more hands up. Ladies and gentlemen, oh please, yes.
This is just a personal question, a request. Can we have more Gangy, please?
That personal request comes from one of our composers on the film, Chris Ainsfeld. Chris, if you could just score a little bit more right now, just a little bit more music right now, I'll do a little bit more Gangy.
Deal. Done.
The code in there was that you're looking to do a longer project, is that right?
Oh, I thought you actually, sorry Chris, I thought you were saying like, some guy the other day in an interview said, can you answer these questions as Gangy? So, I'm sorry. Yes, we're working toward turning Gangy into a feature. So, so hopefully we'll see you back here down the road.
Excellent. Now it's confirmed. There are no more hands up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
cast and crew, everyone, and Elise and Scott, who gave us their beautiful home, and they were naked, and so thank you. And no, they weren't. God, the actors. That's weird. This got weird. But thank you. And I'm gonna